Good morning, good morning, good morning. So we're currently doing a bit of a first. I'm out on the bike. I've got Harley Girl on the back, aka my missus. We've got our intercoms working, so this is the first time I've done any motovlogging with the intercoms on, so I'm waiting for a dig in the ribs to say, who are you talking to? No, it wasn't. So basically we've just come back from Fowler's. We've been to Harry's Cafe and had a standard breakfast, been nice and sensible this time. I'm not gone silly and left half it on the plate. Superb breakfast, probably one of the best biker breakfasts around, to be fair, and that's both of our opinions, not just mine. So Harley Girl's on the back. I'll put a little link at the bottom for her Instagram account, which she occasionally puts images up, maybe once or twice a year. And normally they're of me, which is never a good thing, but I'll put a link up anyway. She's gone very quiet now. I think she's worried that if she says something she'll be on camera on the recording, but she won't be. I don't think she realises that the intercom isn't that loud. So let me tell you a few things about Harley Girl, my Harley Girl. So she's saying no. That was quite loud. You might well have heard that actually. So a few years back, 4 years back, after a break of 18 years of not riding, I decided that I wanted to get another motorbike. And she said to me if I buy another motorbike she'd leave me. Well, she's still here. Just after that I decided I wanted to grow a beard, and she said to me, if you grow a beard I'll leave you. And she's still here. I don't know what I've got to do, but she's still here. And then a couple of years, well, not actually a couple of years back, about a year ago, I was talking about getting a bike like this, which I've got now, so that both of us could go on the bike. And she said there is no way will I ever get on the back of a bike again. And she's clearly still here. So yeah, that's basically the last couple of years in a nutshell with the two of us, of her telling me she's going to leave me if I do something. I do it, and she knows it was the right decision, because they always are the right decisions, aren't they? She is very quiet now. I think she's worried if she hits me the bike will start moving, but she'll make up for it later, trust me. So yeah, so we're out on the bike now. I want to talk about something on the bike actually, and it's the suspension. I've mentioned it before that the rear suspension on the Sportster low just wasn't man enough to go 2 up, but I wanted us to be able to go 2 up on the bike. I wanted us to go different places, especially in the warmer months. It's a bit chillier today, but it's beautiful weather, so we decided to get out. So I upgraded the suspension, bought a couple of suspension items off eBay, brand new, but they wouldn't fit the bike. They were metric fitments and not imperial, so they were never going to work. So I did a little bit of research, and I found that from 2018 onwards the Sportster came with what was called emulsion shocks on the rear, and the general opinion is that they are the best rear suspension shock absorbers that Harley Davidson have ever fitted to any motorbike. So I managed to find a pair. I think it's 2018 onwards, not just 2018, but I managed to find a pair, put them on, and actually today is the first time that we've been able to test them both on the bike at the same time. And I've got to say, it's like night and day. Before, I spend most of my time staring at the road surface, because if there was any sort of bump or pothole or divot, that if we hit it, the back end would bottom out because it just couldn't cope. And it kind of spoiled the ride, because you were spending more time worried about the road surface than you were actually about where you were pointing to and what the traffic was around you. But actually now it's totally different. These shock absorbers are insanely good. So if anyone's got an older Sportster and they're having problems with the rear suspension being a bit soft, a bit saggy and a bit weak, get these. I'll put a picture up on the screen now. I'll take a photo of them when I get back and show you the type of shock absorbers they are. But they're called Harley Davidson emulsion shock absorbers. I don't know what that means. I know what emulsion means, but I don't know why they use that phrase for these shocks. So yeah, that's my recommendation of the day. Emulsion shock absorbers makes this a different bike altogether. It's a pleasure to ride, it's comfortable. What I also did was, I think the standard shocks on this are 10.5 inches. We've gone to 13.5 inches, because a couple of inches always helps carrying you. Okay, still very quiet. But yeah, it's much more comfortable, much easier to ride. and it just gives you that little bit of confidence that you've got a much better suspension on the back, going into corners and all sorts of good stuff. So that's it, that's me for today, just a very quick one. I'll leave you be while we enjoy these West Country roads, and I'll catch you on the flip side.